Hello. So, welcome to Rydes and Vibes. Tonight's guest is Painted by Josh. If you guys are not following Josh, you got to make sure you go do that. He is. I'll let him make the introduction. So, if you're not following him, you'll get the introduction at the same time that everyone else gets the introduction. But if you are, while we wait for him to come on, if you are not following the YouTube channel, make sure you go ahead and click the link in the bio and subscribe to the YouTube channel. You've missed a lot of episodes of Rising Vibes. We've been doing this now since 2017. So, no, wait, 2019. So you need to make sure you go subscribe by clicking the link in my bio. It should be coming on in just a moment. Hey there.
What up?
How,
What's up?
how are you?
I'm hanging in there. How you doing?
I'm doing well. First, I wanted to tell you thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to sit down and let us get in your business for a minute.
Well, let me tell y'all something about her. I had to call around to find some people to get on her schedule because she be so busy. She was
That
like,
is not. Why
"Well, I
are
think
you
about it.
lying?
I think about it. Let my people talk to your people." I'm like, "Damn." Well, shit, but I'm
That
here
is
now, so
not. You are not telling the truth. Why you?
cause
Why
I'm
are you doing that?
cause I'm full of shit. I'm
I
full of shit.
was about to say, didn't I reach out to you? You didn't reach out to me.
Oh, okay, yeah, well, yeah. I'm talking shit, but yeah.
That's how the show works. See, here's the thing when it comes to Rise and Vibes, right? I have been doing the show now since 2019, but I reach out to people like it doesn't matter to me if they have 1 follower or 1 million followers. I reach out to people that I think are interesting. Look, funny story about Bruce. Bruce is on here, right? FYB, right? What made me start my show in cooperation with D-Town Show Offs out of Dallas is
Mm-hmm.
people used to be asking me questions about all the racers, right? And people used to ask me the most questions about Bruce. And I'm like, you do know I wasn't with him shooting in the gym, right? So I was
Ooh.
like, okay, so people feel comfortable asking me questions. The racers and people in the car culture feel comfortable answering the questions. So I'm just gonna marry the two. And Rise and Vibes was born back in 2019.
Okay. All right. Yeah, the glow up.
And
It's called the glow up.
yeah, yeah,
Now she know
yeah.
every. Now she know every goddamn body. Now she know your mama, uncle, auntie who work on cars and shit. So I done made it. I'm gonna just let y'all know. If I'm talking to her, I done made it in life. I don't know what else it is to do. So I'm here.
Is that how you feel?
Yeah, that's how I feel. That's how I feel. Fuck it. Hey.
So I'll start off with one of my questions and then I'll get right into the fans' questions, okay?
All right.
All right. So tell me how you got into cars.
All right. So I was always in love with cars since I was a kid, and I knew like by in high school, 11th, 12th grade, that I wanted to have my own business and I wanted to do something that I love. So I figured, like, all right, I like cars, so let me try to pursue that. So I went to a technical school called Rankin Technical College here, and they do that now. I went to night school
Okay.
because right after high school, I think I took a year off before I started college. Then I went to college. By this time, I had a girlfriend at the time, which is my wife now. That was like 20
Aww.
years ago. Yeah.
Aww.
And I was like, so I started going to school and I went to night school, but I had a job and I had an apartment. So I can only afford night school.
Right.
And further along, fast forward, the more I love just doing shit for myself. And then I'm like, one day I might be able to turn this into something. So it just grew and grew from there, fast forward. And, whew, so many trials and tribulations and motherfucking finally here. You know what I mean? So it's still just the beginning, but at the same time, it was a long journey just to get here.
So wait a minute. So you've been doing this for 20 years?
No, I've been paying for about 15 years,
Wow.
but I've been into cars since I was a kid. So, but when I got serious with it is about 15 years ago. So let's just say, yeah, 15 years I've been into it, like really, really been into it. At first
So
I
you
started
mentioned the
off
track.
just,
Go
huh?
ahead.
Now
Go
I was
ahead.
like, first I just started off just doing like little work on my own shit,
Right.
cause same time I want to take it to a shop, but I'm like I can't afford that shit. Let me go and figure some shit out. You know what I mean? Start
Right.
doing like little motor jobs and stuff like that. And then what made me get into body work instead of being a mechanic, when motherfucker come to you, be like, hey man, why my car making this noise? Shit, I don't know. Man, take that motherfucker to the shop. Body work and paint, I can see exactly what's wrong with it, and I go right
Right.
there. So that was also my love too. So
Right. So you said you mentioned kind of trials and tribulations. What have been some of the battles that you have gone through doing it?
shit. You got enough time in this interview?
I do have enough time.
God damn. I mean, long story, long story long. I mean, just when you trying to start a dream up that you got, you know what I'm saying? Don't nobody else see it but you.
Right.
And for a long time, you see that vision as clear as day. You tell somebody about it, they like, oh man, that shit ain't gonna work, man. You need to go do this, do that, woo wop wop. I'm like, fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? If I see this, I'ma go for it. And the trials and tribulations just you keep trying to hold on to that dream, but shit just steady getting in your way.
Right.
Shit steady telling you this ain't for you, or nah, you need to do this, or you gotta take care of this and all that. You need all this money to do that, and just between all that, it's just fighting just to get there.
Right.
And if anybody who been watching me and they see, like I started off in my garage, a little one car little garage, a little bitty compressor,
Right.
and I just kept working and just my 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 first customer, my first customer probably was my cousin. He had a bullet hole in his tailgate. Now we known for having bullet holes here. I'm sorry, but it is what it is. It's fucked up. It's St. Louis. I love it and I hate this motherfucker, but I love it. Anywho, so I did a job for him. He liked it. He passed my name around. I go to the next person, so forth, and then they start passing your name around. And for a long time, I think thought it wasn't gonna work. But then, when I got the gratitude that I needed, and I saw people was really fucking with me, I'm like, you know what? No, let's keep it motion, keep it in motion.
Right.
And fast forward along a little bit more to where like I'm working at a shop. I'm still at the crib doing my thing, and then trying to spend time with the wife and the kids and all that. Oh my God, it's like your arms getting pulled like 50 different ways.
Right.
So fast forward just to say, how I really got into it to where I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do this. I don't give a fuck. It was me, my wife, and my kids had took a trip to Los Angeles a few years ago, and
Right.
right before that, when I was leaving, I'm like, I really want to think about doing this shit and really take it forward because there was some stuff that happened at my job that I wasn't happy with. So one day we was out in LA, we was in the driveway at a little fast food restaurant, the kids in the back of the car asleep. So I sat there and spoke to my wife. I said, look, hey, I'm really, you know how long I've been trying to do this shit, and I'm finna go full on. I'm finna quit my job and I'm finna do it. Are you with me? No hesitation. Let's go. And I'm like, you sure? You like, yeah, fuck that. I know what you want to do. I'm with you. And then since then, I quit my job, got on my shit, went through a lot of bullshit, still go through a lot of bullshit, but you know what I'm saying? If I didn't have that push and that motherfucking support system, I don't know where I'd be at.
What year was that?
That was in 20 2022.
Okay.
No, 2021. 2021. Cause I had my LLC since 2018, but I've been painting and working for shops and shit since 2015. 2012, some shit like that. Anyway, it's been a long time. I'm fucked up on numbers right now. But yeah, that's how long it's really been. So since then, man, it's just been she just gung ho. Fuck what's coming up. Fuck what's keep getting in my way. Fuck all them problems, man. Like, hey, I think about certain shit. The person who started Amazon started in their basement with a goddamn green computer. That motherfucker a billionaire now.
Right.
So if little bitty old me can sit there in my garage and just, do my thing and be entertaining at the same time, that's just a second personality.
Right.
And so fuck it, I know I can do it because everybody ain't start off with millions of dollars. Some people
Right.
started off with nothing. You know what I mean? So and they just made their way. So if I keep that same, and when I kept that same mindset, I'm like, fuck it, man. Fuck everything that's come. And the reason why I believe that is because you get all these powers because God tests his best soldiers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's one of them things where it's like you can sit there and think that you're not gonna be able to do that shit, but as long as you keep faith, man, as long as you keep God by your side, bro, can't nothing fuck with you. And that's what I've been
Right.
rolling on.
And here's the other thing: you have a supportive spouse. You know how many people don't have supportive spouses? Like how many
Exactly.
people will like? Okay, so I quit my corporate job in 2021 to go out on my own. Right? I worked in corporate America for six. I retired from my company after 16 years. Right?
Right.
So I know what you're. I didn't have to run it by anybody. It's just me. Right? So I was single, still am single. So I didn't have to, but you know how many people would love to pursue their dream, but their spouse is not supportive?
Oh
That's
man.
that's a major hurdle that a lot of people cannot overcome.
Absolutely. Cause it's a lot of times when you trying to just pursue anything you trying to do, sometimes you just need just a little bit of push because it's so easy to lose your motivation trying to do this shit, especially on your own. You know what I mean? And for
Right,
somebody to be there and be like, hey, you need to go ahead and do that shit. Because it on the opposite end, you could tell your spouse, your significant other what you trying to do, and they don't believe it. You know what I'm saying?
right,
Even after you start great, they still like, nah, you need to go on. And then now you got to make life choices now
right,
because now you got to see what's important. Like if you gonna be with me, you got to at least support me because I'm gonna support you. And yeah, you might not see it, but you got to trust me. And when people don't, and if that significant other ain't with you to ride with you with that, then you got to make a life decision on what's more important, that person or this, because that person can ultimately hold you back in that situation too. And now you sitting at a job, shoulda, coulda, woulda, wish you would have did this and did that, but you didn't because you got your spouse who technically scared. And don't get
right,
me wrong, this shit scary as a motherfucker
right,
because especially if you got kids and all that shit. But at the same time, man, if you know what you want for your future and what you trying to provide and what you trying to do, and if you got that support system,
right.
oh man, it's whatever. But and
I'm
let me give you your flowers. Hold on. Let me give you your flowers while we talking. For somebody who don't have no support system and saying fuck all this shit, I'm finna do it on. Hey, let's give it up for KP, baby. Stop
Thank you.
fucking
I
playing
appreciate
with
it.
her.
I
And
appreciate it. I appreciate it. Trust me, I almost gave up a whole lot of times, but it is it and I understand where you're going. I was gonna say I read a study one day that said most men who are married cannot live their dreams because their wives are not supportive enough to allow them to do. I was like, that is so sad. Is
sad
that
as
one
fuck.
sided? Does that mean that men support women more often when they have a dream than we support y'all? That is sad.
I mean, uh, now that you break it down like that, it do make sense because it's so common, which is sad. But yeah, that's. I mean, from what I have seen, that's partially true.
Yeah. Y'all go through y'all whole life taking care of your significant other, taking care of your kids, taking care of everybody but yourself when it comes to the dream. Now, us as women, we sacrifice in other ways, but y'all, especially if you're the breadwinner, if you're the person that pays all the bills, because most like, I hate to say it, but quote unquote real men, they gonna pay all the bills. They paying the mortgage or rent, they paying everything. You get what I'm
No, that's
saying?
real.
And so
That's real.
to walk away from their job and you right, they wives be scared or their old ladies be scared, like what we gonna do? But that's the other thing. I feel like if you invest in somebody, they have earned the right for you to invest in them as well.
Right.
So I could be like, hey babe, I know you want to do this. Let's go ahead and let you quit your job. You know, I'm gonna hold us down. You've been holding us down for 15 years. Let me hold us down for 5 years. And
Right.
truth be told, I'm the type of chick, and a lot of chicks I know are like this as well, because we understand the assignment. While the whole time you've been paying the bills, I've been stacking bread anyway. So I might be able to walk up and hand you a 10 or 15 ball and be like, hey babe, I've been putting this away because I knew what you wanted to do.
Is this church service today? Cause she is goddamn preaching. Preach, girl, you better preach. Take your time now. Take your time, Pastor. Nah, that's some real shit though. Nah, for real. That is some real goddamn shit. That's how you know you got you a good woman on your side, to where it's like, you know what? Even though you worked hard for that money, you believe in him. You know
Right,
he not gonna steer you wrong. Okay, he may make mistakes. That's gonna come with it, but at the same time, this gonna pay off.
right,
And in abundance too. You know what I'm saying? You always see the bad before you see the good. And you might see a lot of bad, but when the good comes,
right.
man, you definitely need that. Yeah.
That's why it's
Okay,
good when you
okay.
can get it right, though. It's good when you can get it right. A lot of people are in relationships and they haven't been able to get it right. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But when you can get it right and you got somebody that believes in you and understand the assignment, boy, you know, like you said, you married her out of college, so she got it. She understood the assignment. So when you
Right,
said, "Baby, I want to quit my job," she was like, "Okay, well let's do it."
right, right. You damn right. Now see, I even give you a little instant on that. Now my wife is a stay-at-home mom, right? So I do take care of everything. But let's rewind all the way back. It was a time where I didn't have a job, and I had to stay home with the kids, and she held it the fuck down. Or if that ain't no goddamn support for you, I don't know what the fuck is.
Right,
Real shit.
right.
Real goddamn shit. So at that point, cause it was, I don't know if you remember that recession back in like 2008.
Mm-hmm.
That was part of the time where I had lost my job. I was working. This was before I was even working on cars. I was working at AT&T doing cable installs and shit. And they had laid me off. And I'm like, we got 4 kids. We
Right.
got our daughter, she 17. We got a set of twin boys at 16, and we got a
Oh,
5-year-old.
y'all got
He'll be 6 next month.
twins. Ooh.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I ain't nothing like holding 2 babies like this. You got a bottle on this chin, a bottle on this chin. I've been through it all. I've been through it all. And
Right.
so at that time, when I had lost my job, she was pregnant with twins. So of course the nigga was like, God damn. And then I even go back a little bit because I was going to school, but then I had got that job and I'm like, I ain't worried about school. She pissed off. She's like, nah, you need to take your ass back to school. I'm like, nah, this job cool. Wah, wah, wah. Lost my fucking job. So then I had to sit at the crib for 8 months. Could not find no job for nothing. Hold the crib down while she at work. I did the whole everything, the whole daddy, daughter, all that shit. Was at the crib. Had to take her, stayed at the crib all day, make sure the kids were straight while she had to go to work. So assumingly being that I get to this point in my life and I'm telling her, hey, I want to go and quit my job. She like, nigga, let's go. Let's
I don't
go.
even
So
know her, and I love her.
that's what everybody's saying. She one of them women, she be thinking the feds or something watching her. Hey, you ain't did shit. Like, what's wrong? She don't like to be on camera, nothing.
She like me. She well not
Yeah,
on
like
camera,
that.
but like if the police get behind me, you'll swear to God I got 15 bricks in the trunk. I swear. I and I ain't got nothing. My license good, my insurance good, everything good, but you would swear that I am
You just like
Griselda Blanco, baby, because they.
you just like to stay out the way. I feel you. You just like to stay the fuck out the way.
that
I
that is
feel you.
so super dope, though.
Thank you.
That's dope. You know, that's something that transcends the car world. That this is like real life stuff. I love to hear stuff like this because you know how many, like I know a lot of men from being around this car stuff. You know how many men I know that say they don't have supportive spouses?
I
That's
can believe
sad.
that. I can believe that. But then the motherfuckers start coming around when the fucking money come up.
Right.
What you,
Right.
what you said earlier, you want with me shooting in the gym? Yeah,
Right.
that type shit. Yeah.
Right.
So I already know what you on, but yeah, that's real shit though.
How do you have any work life balance?
At this point, barely. It's like I have to force myself to balance, but like, so like I've been in my shop. I got my shop in back like April. I moved in like August,
Okay.
but before that I was in my garage. So it's only me. I can't afford to pay nobody right now. So I got to work that shit out the best way I can. So it like I always be 9 to 5 Monday through Friday, and I'm supposed to have weekends off.
Right.
Supposed to. But for the past 4, 5 months, I done worked every goddamn weekend just because it's me. Like I told you, I'm holding everything down. So
Right.
bills got to get paid and all that. So when I try to maintain it, don't get me wrong, I do the best way I can because
Right.
like my schedule, I just give you a quick little schedule in the morning from a whole day. I wake up every day about 5:30. My daughter wake me up because I got to take her to the bus stop at about 5:45. I come back to the house. My wife get my other son ready. He has autism, and he in
Okay.
high school. So she getting him ready. He gets on the bus about 6:15. I might have 30 minutes just to sit around and bullshit because I gotta wake my 6-year-old son up be around about 7 o'clock to get him ready and take him to school at 8. And my other twin boy, I had to take him to school at 8 o'clock. He go to a private school. So I dropped my son off at the private school. Then I dropped my other son off at elementary school. That's about 8:15. Then I go to work. I work from about that time I get there to about 2 because now I got to go drive and pick my son back up from elementary school to take him back home because
Right.
one of my cars is down, so my wife can't drive it right now until I get it fixed.
Okay.
So I do that, take him home, and then my son, he in a lot of sports, so he don't get out to like 5. He in wrestling right now. So a lot of times, either I'm gonna have to go get him to bring him back to the crib, or I have one of his coaches to help me out and just drop him off. So by that time, let's just say between that time, so I get back to the shop about 4. I stay there till about 8 or 9 o'clock. Then I leave
Wow.
from here to there. Then I come home. Now remember, I ain't spent time with my wife all day. So, so by this time, this is our thing. We come home. We get the kids to bed about 10 o'clock. We watch Tubi. We smoking about 2, 3 blunts till about 1 o'clock in the morning. And then it's a rewind. It's all over the same thing again. Back up at 5:30. So as far as trying to balance it, yeah, I do the best way I can because when stuff got to come up, I'm the one who got to do it. You know what I'm saying? So,
Right.
but yeah, I mean, I balance the best way I can. Not the way I want to, but the
Right.
best way I can in this transition until everything picks up to where it need to be with the business side. Then I can just take Saturdays and Sundays off, no problem. But until
Right.
then, I just gotta grind it till I get it. So,
Do you be like, dang, was it worth it?
what you mean? Just like just the whole
Trying to live your
schedule?
dream. Trying to live your dream.
Oh man, look, I question myself sometimes. That's real shit. But
Right.
it be one of them things because I can come to the shop right and be thinking about all this shit and be bitching and crying and moaning like, man, money ain't right. I need to do this. I'm trying to be on the kids. I need money to take care of them. Wah 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 wah. But at the same time, the one thing I live off of, it could be worse. Think about where you was a year ago. You ain't even had this shop a year ago. Think about somebody who would love to have your fucking problems, who
Right.
got it way worse than you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I put all that shit in perspective, and I'm human. I'm a bitch and moan and cry sometimes. But then I swear to God, every day before I leave my shop, I just look around. Because I tell people all the time, I say, we so focused on trying to hit the goal. We so focused on that tunnel vision, trying to get to where we're trying to go. Sometimes you just gotta fucking stop, breathe, look around, and think about where you is now compared to where you used to be. Yeah, you're not where you want to be, but you are in a better spot than you were before.
Right.
Before you know it, you're gonna be in another spot, passing and passing. You still bitching and moaning, but at the same time, you done made it and ain't even noticed it. So I keep that in perspective. So to answer your question, it's worth it. it is worth it because I know exactly where the fuck I'm trying to go, and I just know I feel it exactly how it's gonna be. You know what I'm saying?
You know what I say? So of course we human and we gonna be. My grandma used to always tell me I'm my own worst enemy. I'm my own biggest critic, right? And
Yep.
I used to always tell myself, listen, KP, you don't have this, you don't have that, you're not here, you're not there, you're not. So, but if I don't know when was the last time you've been to Atlanta, and every city has it. So, but in Atlanta, when you coming around to go from I-20 to get on I-75
Uh-huh.
or I-75 south, it's tense under the expressway. People live under there, right?
That's how it is in LA too.
And let me just tell you, it's like that in like Washington D.C. It's like that in a lot of cities, right? One night, and I don't even know what happened, why this happened, right? I'm driving, and I think I had been really just overthinking, and I looked over there, and like tears just started rolling down my face. I was like, bruh, you over here talking about you don't have this or you don't have that. And guess what? You're in I mean, it wouldn't even matter if I wasn't in a nice car, but I'm in a nice car. I'm, I'm going to a nice crib. All these things.
Yep.
And, and look at these people under the expressway. And
And you
that
complain.
particular night, it was freezing cold.
And
Like
you
it was
right.
freezing. It had snow, but it was like literally like maybe 30 degrees.
And you complaining. And
And
that's
I'm
what yeah,
complaining.
that's and yeah, and that's how it be. And that's what, you know, just piggyback what you saying, like what I said, just like we have these problems and all this shit that we want trying to get and all that achieved. But just like you said, you roll by the expressway and you saw all these homeless people in 30-degree weather, and it just basically settled you the fuck down. Like, girl, stop fucking playing with me.
Right.
Cause them motherfuckers out there would love to have your goddamn problems right now. So
Right.
you use the best of it. You got problems, and it ain't the first, and it ain't gonna be the last. But
Right.
at the same time, you blessed. You really are. You way more blessed than what you believe to be. Because if you look at certain things, certain perspective, like the small things in your life, if they wasn't there, they would fucking matter, and you would notice that they gone. You know,
Right.
shit that we take full advantage of, you know, just don't appreciate as much as we should.
Right.
Just like you said, when you seen that, that made you appreciate everything, all the problems you fucking had. That's real
Right.
shit, though.
So I've
That's
definitely
real shit.
been working on being more grateful. That was I don't make resolutions. I don't
Me
the
either.
only resolution I make every year is I'm gonna be a millionaire this year. That's my only resolution every single year. But this year I said, and it even started at the end of last year. I'm gonna work on being more grateful, more thankful for what I do have. Because I might not be in the situation this person in, but I'm definitely not in the situation this person in.
Facts. Facts.
So, what's one thing that you wish you knew when you first started that you know now, and you're like, dang, if
Shit.
I'd known that.
Shit, everything. Every goddamn thing. But I look at that as a perspective, too, because we always say, if I knew then what I knew now, I'd be way better off. Everything happened for a reason. All this shit you went through, them was all learning trials and tribulations so you can get to the point that you at now. At that time, it wasn't your time to be that. You know what I mean? You was
Right,
still progressing. You was still learning. So you had to go through all that goofy shit just to get to the point now. I mean, of course, I'd be like, man, if I knew what I knew now and I made better decisions, I'd be a millionaire. I'd be this. I'd be that. Yeah, but that wasn't for you, not at that time. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's what we all go through, to where you just, you know, it's all the learning curve. It's all the whole figuring it out type of shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know, of course, we all wish like shit. I wish I was 10 years younger with the same body I had with the fucking mindset I got now.
right.
But it don't work that way. You know what I'm saying? Everything happened for a reason, man. You do.
What's something you wish you could change about the car culture?
About the car culture. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm with my boy Mike Fabry on this shit. Every time I go to a car show, it's the same shit. Don't knock me. I ain't got no problem with it. It's dope. It's fly. But it's the same shit. It's old school LS swap, 26-inch rims, big crazy paint. Everybody got the same goddamn or Scat Pack or Hellcat. It's all the same shit. Is my thing is like I mean I get it. Like different type of coaches have different type of ways about shit. But at the same time, if you a car dude or a car girl, that shit should all just be united. Like you should have the same love that you like them fucking donks with them 26s on to a fucking Nissan Mazda RX-7. They got a fucking a Toyota Supermoto in it. If you could just if my personally think I like shit that's just different that because when shit is popular, it's common. And when it's common, everybody got one. That's why you always see everybody with a Charger, everybody with a goddamn Scat Pack or a fucking or if they trying to build a donk, it's always the same shit. So it's like, cause I got some shit cause when I be seeing that, I got some shit that I got cooking that I'm trying to do, and it's gonna either make you happy or it's gonna piss you the fuck off. Either way, it's gonna get some goddamn looks. So shit that I'm trying to do is a little different, and I wish that everybody who in the car culture could just, you know what I'm saying? You don't frown at something because I look at when somebody build a car, it's a work of art. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a donk, whether it's a fucking Nissan, whether it's a little fucking little Right Civic or something different. You know what I mean? So that's the only thing I don't like about the car culture. I just get tired of seeing the same shit. That's pretty much it, though.
You know why it's not gonna be that way? Because the saying goes, it's car guys and it's guys with cars, right? I'll give you an example. I'm not a box Chevy girl. I hate box Chevys. They are, when I grew up, box Chevys was police cars and taxi cabs, right?
Yep.
But as a car person, I respect box Chevys. Yeah. I respect people like Boost Doctor, Bag Talk, just the name of Playboy Jeezy. I respect box Chevy world. I respect the box Chevy people. I'm just not a box Chevy person. Would I ever buy one? Would I ever build one? Would I ever drive one? No.
You say fuck no.
But I respect.
Okay. Thanks. Me too.
I respect them. Even like being from Florida, I grew up around dumps.
Right.
What car everybody would have expected me to build? A dump. I don't want to build a dump. I don't want a dump.
Right. And because you just saying
that's why I'm building a Monte Carlo.
Okay. All right. G-body style. Okay, big gangster. I feel you. Now, I feel you on that because I'm the same way. Like, I like dunks. I like two-door Caprices. I like fucking Impalas and shit. Would I ever want one for myself? No. I like Chargers. I like Challengers. I see why everybody like them, but me personally for myself, no, I don't want them. For one, I see them all the time, especially since I work on cars. What's the number one car, the common car that you see all the fucking time and the people work on? A goddamn Charger, a goddamn Scat Pack. Like, one time I felt like I had a goddamn dealership in my shop. I had 3 Scats over here, a Magnum right there. I'm like, God damn. To the point where I could tie this motherfucker down with my eyes closed and put it back together and it'll be fucking nice. And because I'm so used to them. And I understand why people like them. I get it. The motherfuckers is fun. But me, I just don't like to look like everybody else. It's boring. You know what I mean?
I don't like them because I'm just not a new car person. Of course, my daily driver is a new car because it's just my daily driver. But I'm not even a new car person. If I could have just all old cars, I would. But you know, that's just me. Your dream car. If you have not already built your dream car, what is your dream car to own or build?
My dream car to own is a Ferrari. All fucking red. Oh, okay. Ferrari. The motherfucker. The dream car that I want to build though. That's a good question. That's a good fucking question. I love BMWs. I love import stuff. So what I got is I'll tell you a little bit. I got a you ever seen Belly?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you remember that Lexus GS 300 they drove with the bubble eyes in the front, baby? You used to talk about all the time. I got one of them. I had that bitch for hellas, and I got all parts for it. Nigga just ain't got time to work on his own shit because I'm fixing everybody else. So that's that's a car that I'm building, but I'm doing something different with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's gonna be fast. It's gonna
Okay.
be fast, and then I paint cars, so it's gonna be pretty. Okay, boo. Like it's gonna be a bad bitch out here. But yeah, man. I don't know. I guess I don't really know what dream car I want to build, but
Hmm.
I guess with that Lexus, I know what plans that I got for it and what I want to do and what I'm trying to do. So you know, stay tuned. I don't know how long it's gonna take,
Well,
but it'll be built. It'll be built.
we know. Well, I know whatever you do is gonna be nice.
Well, thank you.
So, um, where do you see your business or your brand in the next 3 to 5 years?
I see my business and my brand these next 3 to 5 years is where I want to have at least 3 to 4 employees.
Hmm.
And it's basically, I don't want it to be like a franchise. I don't want it to be like competing with like Collision Plus and all these people.
Hmm.
I want it to be like, it still has like a mom and pop feel, but
Right.
it's like you can tell it's family oriented. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the people that I have work for me, that I trust them. You know what I mean, to run it. So, but 3 to 5 years, I would like to not have to paint a car if I have to. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
I paint cars because I love it for one, but two, I gotta pay the bills. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So, but I want to get to a point to where I can have this shop up and running. I can fucking build all type of cars as far as body work and paint and all that shit. Maybe even combine like some performance mechanic stuff in there or something like that. I don't know.
So you
But I
just
just
gonna be
wanted to.
so you just gonna be pretty much a consultant. You'll be walking around showing people what to do. Hey, hey, you missed.
Yeah, that'll be a point. But I want to get to a point where I ain't even got to be at that motherfucker.
Right.
You just call me and be like, I got somebody running that bitch and I'm on fucking vacation or something with the family or something like
Right.
that. But that's the ultimate goal. But as far as how I want it to grow, of course I want a bigger spot and I want it to be, I would say I want it to be where I can pass it down to a generation, but that's only if that generation wants to do it. I don't want to force it on them because that's my dream. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like with my kids, like a lot of people, what they do, it's like say they are starting a business and they want their son to run it and grow up in it. But shit, a lot of times, some kids they grow into it and they want to do it and they like it because they've been around it, but they might want to do something else.
Right.
So I don't want to push that on them and give them that disappointment, thinking that they disappoint me because they don't want to do it. But because I want them to fulfill and do whatever they want to do. If they want to do the shit, that's what's up. But far as how I want the dream, that's pretty much how I want it to be. I want to be well successful, well off, to the point where I ain't got to worry about a single goddamn bill. I ain't got to worry about what car coming in, this, that, and the other. I want everything to be structured and running the way smooth as it's supposed to be. I don't want no franchise, but I just want me that.
Right. Um, what's a piece of advice you would give someone looking to get into what you're doing?
Piece of advice I would want to give to somebody is when when you trying to do something and you focus on it and you serious about it, don't quit. There's gonna be a lot of times where the shit don't go right for you. It don't, the money might not be as what you thought it would be. You know what I'm saying? So if you trying to get not even to just this shit, just to any dream or anything that you have, do it. Because we can sit here and procrastinate all motherfucking day and say you want to do this, that, and the other, and then the first thing pop in your head, why you can't do this, why you can't do that, why you can't do that. Start with that motherfucking dream. Start with that dream and build off of that. Yeah, okay. Because when I started off with this, I done been into these big body shops. So I know what it needs to operate before I started my own shit. First thing in my head, damn man, I need a frame machine. That's $50,000. Damn man, I need a goddamn spray booth. That's $250,000. Damn, I need a building. Shit, that's damn near $500,000. Yeah,
Right.
you do need money for a lot of shit. But at the same time, start your way up from a certain spot. You know what I mean? Start with what you have or what you can get access to. Research on it as much as you fucking can. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is willing to pull you in and show you some things, go for it. Even if it's an intern or if it's free, hey, what's more important, the money or the dream? The
Right.
money gonna come when it's supposed to come,
Right.
but when you trying to start some shit, especially doing this shit, like for instance, like for me, I started off with this old white man who took me in named Chris Lane. And I was fresh out of college. A lot of people had a misunderstanding that when you leave college, you got all these certificates. You be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this job, wah, wah, wah. Man, you go to them motherfucking interviews, you can show them that whole resume, you can show them the goddamn certificates and all that. They like, okay, fuck all that. What's your experience? You worked at a shop before? Nah, well, we can't fuck with you. Because they ain't got
Right.
time to teach.
Right.
So find somebody who's willing to take you in, who know this shit, and can teach you, and willing to put up with your mistakes. Cause you gonna make mistakes.
Right.
It's inevitable. But jumping on that, one thing motherfucker told me about learning how to do some shit, they say, man, if you wanna learn how to do some shit and master it, you gotta fuck it up first. You gotta fuck
True.
it up first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So basically, to rebut what you was asking, man, if the only piece of advice that I would give somebody, man, and you got something that you serious about, don't quit. Don't quit. And a lot of times it don't look certain if it's gonna pan out. But
Yeah.
if you focus on what you're trying to get, you gotta ignore all that shit. And that's hard as fuck. You gotta
Right.
ignore all that shit and just keep it moving. Keep it
You know
moving.
my philosophy.
What's that?
Everything works out the way it's supposed to. Just
Facts.
because whatever you went to do didn't work out how you wanted it to, that just wasn't how it was supposed to work out. So
Facts.
I don't even sweat it anymore. If this particular thing, if I knew if I woke up and said I want to do this and it didn't work out that way, that just meant it wasn't in the master plan for me. So I'm not even gonna sweat it. I'm gonna
Right.
move on to the next thing.
That's true. That is absolutely true. Also with that, it also depends on how bad you want it too.
Yeah.
Because you gotta be willing to go to make the mistakes. You gotta be willing to suck up. You gotta be willing to lose money. You gotta be willing to deal with dickhead ass customers. You gotta be
Right.
willing to just you gotta if you focus on that so hard, you gotta be willing to take losses. You gotta sacrifice something. You get what I'm
Right.
saying? Because I can sit here and tell you all goddamn day how much I done sacrificed, how much I done lost, how many dickheads I done dealt with, how much the money done went this sideways, and I'm still goddamn going.
Right.
Because and another thing is like when you focus on something and you say you serious and passionate about it and shit don't go your way the first time, if you focus on it, you're gonna fight through that shit. Now, if you didn't
Right.
really give a fuck about it and just trying some shit, and you do it and it don't pan out the way you want it to, then all right, then that's something different. Because a lot of people live off of instant gratification. So they
Yeah.
believe to where they think soon, oh, I'm finna start working on cars, I'm finna start making money, and then that first motherfucking car you worked on, you fucked it up and you lost some money, and you automatically, oh man, this ain't even my shit. This ain't, man, I ain't make the money. Like, bro, that's because you weren't passionate about it like you said you would. You know what I'm saying? You gotta look at the bigger picture sometimes because a lot of shit ain't gonna go your way. Shit, it's shit that don't go my way every goddamn week. But at
Right.
the same time, I know what I want, man, and I can't. I ain't saying that it ain't. I can't do nothing else because I can, but I don't want to do nothing else. This is what I want to fucking do. So I'm willing to take all them fucking scars and wounds and all that shit just to keep moving because I know for a fact. Like I look at it like this. Like when I started this shit, I was doing it and then working on it and then just trying to promote it. So then when I started the whole Instagram shit, I didn't start off doing funny videos and all that shit. I just started working on cars. That whole video, the whole funny shit is just my personality. And I'm not being nothing extra. That's just me all day. Everybody who knows me, who be around me, they say that nigga Josh stupid as a motherfucker. Cause I'm just like that. And then so when I make some shit and I put it on there, so when I was starting, I was working on cars. I'm like, let me throw a little swag in there. Let me try this out and see if that works. And I even tell you, bro, like, what's this, 2025? 2023 was probably one of my worst years. That's right when I fucking quit the job again. It was like, fuck it, I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna just keep going. And shit was just sideways. Like, and I was working at the crib too. So the neighbors was calling the police on me, talking about working on shit. They called the city inspectors to shut me down. Ooh, I went through hell and back. And I could have sat there and be like, oh man, these motherfuckers hating on me. I'm trying to make money, feed my kids. You can look at it that way. But also you can look at it the way is, Josh, you need to get your shit together. You know what I'm saying? It's time for you to get that shop. You need to work on whatever you need to fucking do to get the fuck up out of this motherfucker. And they won't fuck with you. If you focus on this like you is, you willing to let the police come shut you down, trying to condemn your house too, then it's time for you to go ahead. You serious about this shit, you gotta be real serious about it, because you can't stick here. So at the same time, man, you just gotta keep fucking moving, bro. When you focus, you just gotta keep goddamn moving. I know that was long, but I just felt like preaching today.
You're all right. My last question, when you're no longer doing this, what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be, even though he was very good on working on cars, he was a good person. Dude was honest as he could be, reliable, and just a good spirit. Like, you can sit there and all day be like, man, that cold as a motherfucker on them cars and shit, but just like, because some of them posts that I do, they ain't everything about cars. Sometimes I make some comedy shit. Sometimes I say some real shit. And then you put that in perspective. And there be so many people that be hitting me up. There be so many people hitting me up, be saying like, man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I look at your videos and you motivate the fuck out of me. And that means something to me. Because I'm like, how little bitty me working in the garage motivate you? I ain't got shit with wop, but you just don't know what you would do for the next person by just being you. You never know, man. You run into an angel. So my legacy, I want a motherfucker to be like, hey, that was a dope ass motherfucker. Straight up. That was a dope ass motherfucker. He still is a
So
motherfucker. Go for shit. I love that nigga. That's what I want. That's what I want.
those were all my questions. Anything else you got before we get out of here?
Nah, man. I just want to say I appreciate you, KP. I've been seeing you moving and grooving. Cause when I first got hip, because I ain't got hip to Mike first, and then I saw Mike was fucking with you. Then I'm like, let me peep her page out. I'm like, oh, okay, she in the cars and shit. Took me some time, but you just kept popping up. I'm like, I gotta follow her. I gotta follow her. Just like Candace. Candace, that's my girl. Candace, baby, listen, baby. I
So
fuck with all
was I
y'all.
like? I guess I was like Urkel. I wore you down. You
You
had to click the follow
had
button.
me. You had me. I'm like, man, let me follow this girl back. Let me got you. I got to. And that's how people do me, because if I'm popping reels up and they'll see it, they'll like it, keep going. But I'm steady popping up in your goddamn reels. I'm like, yeah, this nigga, I got to go and fuck with him. But
Right.
yeah, that's how I fuck with you. So I want to give your flowers, and I want to say thank you for giving me the opportunity to
Thank you.
interview and talk to me and know my little personal story. And I really do appreciate you. I can see you balling about another 5 years. You ain't gonna know me no more. We're gonna be little people in your rearview mirror. And that's cool. But I'm gonna be like, well, you know what? I knew KP when she was back in the day hitting these interviews. And I'm on there.
Listen,
So
let
yeah.
me tell you something about that though, right?
But
First, I started the show in 2019. I told you, but I, I'm a person that I always try to remain humble. Not try, I do remain humble, right? Because I probably could pop my stuff, you know what I'm
yo
saying?
shit.
But
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this. I have when I first started my show, right? I used to be DMing people, your favorite racers, your favorite shop owners, your favorite people in the car culture. Do you know I still have I screenshotted them and I keep them in a folder where they would leave me on red. Some of the same people that now you have seen on my show, and they have actually reached out to me or followed me before I followed them. I swear, I got a little folder, right?
Right.
That it just keeps me grounded. Now I look at it sometime and think about where I came from when they wouldn't even answer my DMs to come on my show, or they would be like, "Well, how much you gonna pay?" Or it's just so much stuff. But that's kind of what keeps me grounded in knowing that. And now that my following has grown so organic, I haven't paid for one follower. I'm not going to pay for a follower. I haven't paid for anybody to come on my show. I'm not going to pay anybody to come on my show. When I tell you that kind of stuff makes me so grateful that people like you will even take the time to come on my show. You know what I'm saying? You got stuff you need to be doing right now. And so for you to take an hour out of your time to sit down with me, I just think that's so super dope. And so I want to just thank you again.
Girl, you gonna make me cry on this goddamn too. You better stop all that shit.
Don't cry. It's just
I'm crying
it's
like a
just what it
motherfucker.
is. Like, I love genuine people, and I just try to be genuine with people. That's the reason why I think the show has been able to last 5 years. This year we're going on 6 years. So September will be 6 years of Rydes and Vybes. And I'm just so thankful. You know how lucky I'm about to cry. You know how lucky I feel because I'm able to do this, do what I love, and you guys come on my show, and you don't even have to come on here and tell me your story.
Yeah, but I wanted to.
So I'm just thankful. So I appreciate you.
Now, just to rebut on what you're saying before you get out of here, you said that you can pop your shit, but you try to stay humble. Sometimes you gotta pop your shit. Sometimes you got to, because people be like, man, you need to stay humble. Yeah, that's true, but at the same time, you don't know what I had to do to get to this goddamn point. You know what I'm saying? You had to go through a lot of bullshit. You ain't got to tell me everything, but I can tell you had to go through a lot of shit just to get to this point, and a long time coming. So sometimes it is necessary to say, I am the shit. Fuck what y'all talking about. Y'all kiss my ass, motherfucker. I am the shit. I got here. Fuck you. Y'all got me.
When I do pop it, when I finally do pop it, you'll see why I'm popping it.
Okay. I can just
But
imagine you walking down the street with a goddamn gown on with two motherfucking tigers and shit, just saying some silly shit. Oh yeah, look at KP. Okay, I'm fucking with it. Yeah, pop that shit. Yeah, but nah,
they would be
I appreciate you,
like
KP.
on The Hangover. Where the heck she get them tigers from?
Just because, bitch. She gonna be that rich auntie with the motherfucking robe on, just walking down the street. That one rich auntie. She don't like going to people's house because she believe everybody got roaches except her house. So she always curling up and shit like that. Yeah, that's gonna be you. And I believe it, and I respect the fuck out of you, man. So I really do appreciate you pulling me onto your show. And like I said, you got shit to do, but at the same time, I just appreciate you acknowledge me. You know what I'm saying? So people to people, I fuck with you. I appreciate you, KP, for real.
Thank you so much. So, we're gonna get out of here. I appreciate you coming on. You know, it's been a great interview. It's been a good time.
All right,
It really has.
I'm glad I'm able to bless that for you. But thank you. Cause you've been a good
All
person too.
right.
I'm glad to finally meet you though.
Well, thank you so much. Have a good night.
You too, KP.
All right. So, guys, that was tonight's episode of Rising Vibes. If you are not following Josh, make sure you go click and follow him. Also, if you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, make sure you click the link in the bio and subscribe to the YouTube channel. This year, September 2nd, will be 6 years of Rydes and Vybes. So you got a lot of interviews to catch up on. So it's going to take you some time to catch up on all those interviews. Thank y'all for tuning in to tonight's episode of Rydes and Vybes. I'll see you guys next Tuesday, same time, same energy. Thank y'all so much. Have a